Welcome to another episode of The Papo, my friends, and today I hope to help as many people as possible in figuring out which foreign language they're going to learn this year. It's January 3rd, 2025. It's the perfect time to start. I'm going to go into why I think that is, but first, I just want to clarify. This video is for people who want to learn a foreign language, not for people who need to learn a foreign language. So if you're moving to a different country and there's a foreign language you know you need to start learning, guys, this video is not really for you. You're going to get thrown into the waters. Go move there, go talk to the people, good luck at your new job. You will learn the language, I promise you. When you're forced to learn, it usually works out, All my friends who were forced to play piano and violin as a kid are great musicians, and I don't know how to play anything. So here we are. We're talking about the people who want to learn just for fun. I genuinely believe that 2025 is an amazing time to start this journey because the world is more global, more digital than it's ever been. Social media allows us to discover all of these different places, cultures, people, like these cool things that we didn't even know existed years ago. I mean, we knew they existed, we just didn't have access on a daily basis to their TV shows, their music, their humor, so I find that today we have all these tools. We are slowly kind of merging with the machines that we're using every day. We're becoming dumber in one way, but we're also becoming smarter in others. We're able to obtain a ridiculous amount of information. The amount of people that we can connect with every day is crazy. It is easier to learn a language than it's ever been. So now that we know who this video is for, we know that 2025 is a great time to start. How do we choose the language? Maybe we want to learn Spanish and French and Chinese and Arabic. I don't know what language you're thinking of learning already, but I'm going to help you come up with some questions you need to ask yourself to figure out which one you're starting with. Which culture do I feel connected to? Like a culture that's not my culture. Maybe I traveled somewhere, I started feeling super connected to this foreign culture. Which music am I listening to? There are some countries that produce really cool, awesome music that I discover with tools like, Spotify now. You can go to the top 50 of any country and find these playlists of, all this music you didn't even know existed. Where are your friends? Maybe you made a bunch of foreign friends. Maybe in your own hometown, there are foreigners, who moved to your town and they're from these other countries. You had dinner at their house. You like the way they live life. Maybe their culture, their language is the one you want to learn next. What about pretty places, attractive people? It might sound crazy, but think about the amount of people in this country, in the US, who aren't native Spanish speakers, who start learning Spanish, for example, because they think that, the women from Latin America are attractive. I don't know. Or Russian women. I don't know. Sometimes that's how it works, right? So you have to ask yourself these questions. Does my life story drive me in a certain direction? Maybe as you're watching this video, you're already starting to realize a few things about your life that are steering you towards a specific language. And if you can go and explore that passion, kind of take the beginner steps to start learning, play around with some Google Translate, some YouTube videos, some music on Spotify, some TV series. I don't know, see if you kind of vibe with the culture. Even if you can't travel now, right? Do it online. And then book yourself a ticket when you can. Go to the place if you have the ability to. And just try to see how you connect with people. Do you like the way that the people are? Do they treat you well? Do you like the way the food tastes? These are all kind of things that really end up opening the door for a lot of people to learn a foreign language. I think that if you do some more exploring, if you do some more digging in that realm, you will find way faster than you think the language that you want to start learning. And guys, if you've never learned a foreign language before, you might want to go one at a time. Now, some people can learn multiple languages at once. Those are usually people who have learned a few languages already and they can kind of, play around with multiple languages, have them each on cruise control, learn at a bit of a slower pace, but enjoy multiple languages. That's kind of currently what I'm doing, There are a few languages that I'm learning now. I do speak 5 languages fluently, and I'm currently playing around with 3 or 4 languages at once. It's not really the best idea for productive language learning, but it's a way to figure out which one you want to dedicate yourself to. If we're talking about learning a language for fun, socializing is going to have to be part of the experience. I mean, I think it should be. That's my opinion. Think about it like this. There are tons of people here in the US who don't speak English. Why do you think that is? Why? They've lived here for 15, 20, 30 years. Why do you think they don't speak English? Is it because they don't want to? Maybe. A lot of them say they want to. Why don't they speak English? Because they have not met the local people that give them that fire to learn, you know? Usually the people who learn, they come here and they learn. They either have to for work, or they find people they love, maybe a spouse, maybe a nice group of friends that help them learn. That's how it works. Okay, there are other language learners out there who might give you all these tips of how to like not talk to anyone, all you need is the internet. That's not me. I go through people. That's the way I know how to do things. I know how to learn languages through people. And not all the languages that I'm learning, I'm excelling in or I'm progressing in very fast. There are actually a few languages that I'm trying to learn right now that it's been very frustrating for me because I haven't found like good friends from those cultures. It's you know, I haven't lived those experiences yet. And then other languages like Spanish and Portuguese, for example, it was super easy to connect to people in Latin America. I lived in Brazil for 6 months. I traveled in the Spanish-speaking countries, you know, a bunch of them for 6 months. It kind of happened a lot faster, not only because my native language is English, but also because the people were super friendly. You might already have a calling to learn a specific language and you're just not pursuing it. You might say, hey, it's better if I learn Spanish because more people speak Spanish and I'll be able to go to all these countries and communicate with all these people. Well, yeah, while that might be true, maybe there's something about you that really connects to Korean culture and you just didn't go to South Korea yet, or I don't know, you haven't met any Korean people, you know, like, I don't know. I always see myself having these new experiences that kind of expose me to something new that I didn't even know I liked. For example, when I was in Toronto filming the People at Toronto video, I stayed at an Airbnb. It was a rented room in someone's house, in a Korean family's house. I didn't even know they were Korean. I just kind of like rented this room. It had good reviews. I show up, Korean family, super friendly, cooks a massive, amazing, delicious Korean breakfast for me.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Starts teaching me a little bit about Korean culture. She was a music teacher, the mother of the house.
This song has Korean sorrow and pain and all that stuff because we were colonized by Japan, right? So that time they can express our sorrow, and then they did with this song. Now we make a more happier version.
Honestly, that was kind of like an eye-opener to Korean culture, and I hope to visit South Korea this year, which is something else that, you know, hopefully you'll see it on my main channel, some Asia vlogs. It's interesting, guys. We keep on living life and we come across new people that either fall into our path or, you know, we go out of our way to socialize with other people. We learn things about them and we connect to them, you know? I am mumbling, guys. These videos are the hardest for me to make because I don't know how to sit still. I also don't really know how to organize my thoughts. I just want to help as many of you as possible figure out which language you're passionate about, and that's going to be the language that you're going to do best in. You're going to excel. We're going to talk a little bit about the tools that you have at your disposal, okay? Let's talk about the internet. Google Translate, Tandem, HelloTalk, italki if you want to hire professional teachers and pay them per hour. I don't know how it works exactly, but look, there's tons on the internet. You can even just DM people on Instagram, like search up a location. I don't know, you want to go to Mexico City, search up Mexico City, see who tagged their profile in Mexico City, message a bunch of people. Hey, are you from Mexico City? Maybe someone says yes. I would love you to learn your language, you know, your dialect of Spanish. I want to visit Mexico City next year. I'm sure people, like, there are people out there who are nice. I'm telling you, when you speak someone's language, you access a totally different side of them, usually for the better. I remember, for example, I was in Poland and I learned a bunch of Polish phrases and words, and I was there for 3 weeks alone. So again, the stereotype there is it's cold, you know, people are grumpy, and, you know, if you're not Polish, they're going to treat you like crap. And I go there and I'm saying these phrases to these old Polish ladies and they're smiling, and like these smiles that I didn't see all day. All of a sudden I go to a market and I say something in Polish and the lady smiles at me. Like, you access a different side of the person, I'm telling you. I will be happy if somebody clicks out of this video, actually starts learning a language, and then by the end of this year, they find themselves like talking to people from a new place that they've never been to. You know, I always say, and I'm going to say this right now, I don't really believe that there are people who have these God-given talents. Like, you're born with this talent to learn languages. I don't really think it's this talent that you're born with. I think it's more so that you're willing to put in the work that it takes. You're willing to sweat it out. There are people who are like amazing kite surfers. I want to be that good of a kite surfer, but I never put in the work because I'm not interested enough, you know? I want to be able to do 100 pull-ups. I can't because I didn't work at it. That's the difference. Whatever you do more, you're going to get better at. Period at the end. I think we all have examples from our own lives to confirm that. So you have to do as much as you can in this language journey. You have to put in the work. It takes time, hours, frustration, meeting people, messing up, sounding like an idiot, all these different struggles. You're only going to be willing to deal with those struggles if you are obsessed. So that's why this year, if you're going to learn or start learning a foreign language, you got to go with the one that you're obsessed with, because that's going to be the one that you learn the best, the fastest, and it's going to open up that avenue to learn other languages. I'm telling you, it's like a muscle that you work, right? You go to the gym, you lift weights, your muscles get bigger. This is what it is. It's learning languages. It's the muscle in your brain. So start learning a language. I know after you've watched this video, if you made it up until this point, you've already thought of a few examples in your life of a few people you really like. You never really gave it a shot. You never really explored the possibility of you speaking that foreign friend's language. You know, show some more interest. Listen to some music. Watch some series. Go take a vacation. I don't know. Do some digging. If you don't already know which language you're passionate about, do some digging. You're going to find it and start with that one. If there's anything I missed, I'm sure there are a few of you watching this who say, hey, you know, I think differently, or I think this can be helpful, or I think that wasn't right, or just write it in the comments. And let me know what else you want to talk about, guys. Cultures, languages, people, I love it all. Food. I'm going to tell some stories from my travels that I didn't share on the main channel. We're going to do it here on the Papo. Start learning a language. Let me know which one you're going to start learning this year. But make it happen, guys. It's January 3rd, 2025, the beginning of the year. I'm making this video now, so you have no excuses. You get started now. Check back in with me in June or in December. I don't know. Take 6 months, 12 months. Dedicate yourself. Learn the language. Make progress. You don't need to hit fluency. Become a little somewhat conversational. I don't know, guys. That's too much talking for today. I will see you in the next one.